Good morning, students. My name is Harshada More. I'll be handling this subject, that is International Business Management, for 6th semester. We are already running out of time, so I'll try my level best to cover maximum concepts of this subject. So I just expect the same level of cooperation from your side as well. I'll be giving notes after completion of the units. Just make sure you people are referring these recommended books as well, so that you will be get a brief and detailed idea about the subject. So today is the first class. So I'll be starting with discussion of the syllabus copy. If you people have any kind of doubt, please make sure you are asking me. You are free to ask any kind of doubts regarding the subject. So let's start. So, international business management objectives. What are the objectives of having this particular subject for your syllabus? To enable students to acquaint with the concept and principle of international business, to understand globalization and international trade, to know the procedure of operating business internationally, to evaluate the opportunities in respect to different countries. So in this chapter you will be having different aspects, contents and the terms which will be using in the international business management. So make sure you are clear with the concepts. In spite of focusing on by hearting the things, make sure your concepts are more clear regarding the subject. So, Unit 1 talks about the international business and trade. Here we will be having the overview of this particular subject, meaning, definition, characteristics, evolution, difference between domestic business and international business, advantages, disadvantages, problems of international business, modes of entering international business, ethical issues, international trade, protectionism, barriers, tariff and non-tariff quotas. In Unit 2, you will be having regarding the balance of payment, forex market, exchange control, where you will be discussing regarding the meaning of its significance, structure of balance of payment, equilibrium in balance of payment, causes and remedial measures, forex market meaning, importance, types, spot, forward, fixed and flexible. You will be discussing determinants of the foreign exchange, exchange control meaning, objectives, methods, merits and demerits. In Unit 3, it is regarding procedure, documentation, and promotion, where you will be discussing procedure and documentation, export procedure, export documents related to the goods, shipment, payment, and inspection, import procedure, import documents, exempt policy, export incentives. Then you'll be having fourth unit which is regarding WTO, that is World Trade Organization and Trade Bloc, where you'll be discussing regarding the objectives, functions, organizational structure, advantages, disadvantages, trade blocks, meaning, merits. We'll be having different aspects, objectives, trading, commodities in brief. Then last unit talks about the contemporaries of international business, where you'll be having uh, the terms like multinational companies, its definitions, features, merits, demerits. Then you'll be having international marketing, international HRM, international finance, international economic institutions. So these are the 5 units in the subject, that is international business management. So let's discuss one by one. So today I'll start with the first unit of it. So, so let's start with the first unit, that is International Business Management. Unit 1. Let's start. So first is, what is the definition of international business? What is the definition of it? The economic system of exchanging goods and services contributed between individuals and business in a multiple countries. So, it is a transaction of exchanging goods and services between two or more countries. So, this transfer is not just of goods and services but also of knowledge, investment, information throughout the world, that is, across the international boundaries. So, this is what the meaning of international business. Then, let's discuss the next aspect of it. It is features of international business. What are the features of international business? Let's deal with one by one. First one is flow of capital across countries. So So trends in the international money market and capital market constructs of financial statements of the country like balance of payment and contributing and shaping the fiscal and monetary policies of the country. So this flow of okay. So first one is flow of capital across countries, as I have said the discussion. Then as per the discussion, then I think flow of capital across the countries is like where you are distributing the capital of your organization with the organization which is outside the country, right? So this is what the flow of capital across countries. Then we are having a second one as accurate and timely information. When a foreign company wants to invest in an organization, they start collecting some kind of updated information about the company where they are gonna invest, right? So in order to so that they will be able to take the quick decisions regarding it, right? So example, Europe is considered opportunistic leather market, and based on this info, Bata could enter into the various European markets. So this is what the second one. Then we have third one as a market expansion. The main aim of international business is to expand its subsidiary throughout the world so that they will be able to reach the potential global customers for their product, right? Then we have fourth one as size of international business. As we can say, larger the size of the business, then deeper the impact of it. So in international business, size is increased because size of the organization increased, because it is not only working in a domestic country but also in a foreign country. So this is what about the size of international business. Then we have wider scope. Boundaries of the nations is have no limitations for the international business. So it includes even the different international marketing, international investment, foreign direct investment, different kind of a things. So it is a wider scope. It includes various different local aspects as well. Last one is market segmentation. Market segmentation, it divides markets into different segments based on the geographical and social and different cultural factors as well. So as we can see, if we are taking example of India and USA, so there is a different aspects of culture in India and as well as in US. So climatic conditions of India and US is altogether different. So we must divide the market on the basis of these different factors. So these are the features of international business. Then we'll be discussing the next part as evolution of international business. So evolution, when we are talking about evolution, the origin of the international business goes back to the human civilization, where every country is not self-sufficient in terms of natural resources. Even when Britishers were ruling India, they entered for the international trade, not for the purpose of ruling. They have came for the international trade because India was rich in natural resources, and what they wanted to do is they want to collect the natural resources, raw materials from India with a cheaper cost, and they want to produce and manufacture goods in their country and sell the same goods to India. They just want India as a market for their finished goods. But as after some time they start ruling over India. Then traders used to transport silk and spice through the sea route in the 14th and 15th century. So where we have discussed regarding for spices, and they used to shipment of this with the help of sea routes. We have discussed this as well. Barter system is where we used to exchange the goods for goods. There was no monetary concept under this system, right? Then when we are talking about the 17 era, in 1700 eras, selling ships called clippers with a special crews to transport tea from China and spices from Dutch East Indies to different European countries. So the past the post World War II era gave birth to the concept of multinational companies. The transition from the international trade to the international business took place when multinational companies started setting up their plants and other manufacturing infrastructure facilities in a foreign or the host countries after 1980s. So this is what we have discussed. We can take an example. Unilever established its subsidiary companies in India, and that is Hindustan Liver Limited. It produces its products in India and market them into the nearby neighboring countries like Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal. So international trade is not only just exchange of goods, services, but also the exchange of the investments such as foreign direct investment. So this is what we have discussed in this. Then we have stages of internationalization. What we are going to see in stages of internationalization, that is international business. The first one we can discuss is domestic company. These companies, that is domestic companies, operations are limited to the national boundaries. They have the domestic supplier, they'll be having a domestic customers focused on the domestic aspects, like they'll be dealing with the day to day products. They don't use expansion strategies. So this is what a domestic company. Then we have international company. They expand the business beyond the home country and use the sources of the home country and sell the products to the foreign markets, and they start updating the marketing mix as well, that is product price promotion place. Then we'll be discussing multinational companies. When I'm talking about multinational companies, they own the home company and its subsidiaries. Multinational company have centralized management system. Okay. Then we'll be having global company. Global company produces globally and sell their products at a local market. Last one, we have a transnational company. So what they do not have subsidiaries, but they have many companies. Transnational company do not have centralized management systems as well, right? So transnational companies are able to gain more interest in local markets since they maintain their own system. So this is what we have discussed in the first unit. So where we have talked about the what is the definition, or what is the definition of international business, we have discussed. Then we have discussed the features of international business. Then we have discussed evolution part of international business, and the last one we have discussed stages of internationalization. I'll just brief out what we have discussed. As per first slide, we have discussed the definition, right? Definition of international business, where we have talked about it is exchange of goods, services. It can be ideas, it can be investment between two countries. Then we have discussed about what are the different kind of features of international business, where we have discussed flow of capital across countries, accurate and timely information, market expansion, size of international business, wider scope, market segmentation. Then we have discussed different evolution, how evolution took place, evolution of the international business, talking from the 14th 15th century, 1700 era, 1980 World War II. Then we have discussed the stages of internationalization, where we have discussed domestic company, international company, multinational company, global company, transnational company. So this is what we have discussed as per the first lecture. So if you people have any kind of doubt regarding the aspect we have discussed today, please do ask. Just don't make confusion regarding any of this content. Just make sure if you are getting confused, you are asking me the doubts, right? clear your doubts, so that there will be it will be easy for you to understand the next aspects as well. So thank you.